Hello again. I want you to think about this. I'm here today because, again, I'm disappointed with my country. So I'll get right to it. I've been down on Democrats for a while now, but I watched the President of the United States give a commencement address yesterday. He did it on Sunday, but I watched it yesterday. And I would encourage you to get on your computer and watch that and pay attention to what he's saying. There was not anything in there encouraging for these young men. He did the commencement address at Morehouse College, a black college, and I believe it's a black college for men, but he did not give them one word of encouragement. Everything was divisive. He was telling them how black they were and how that blackness was going to affect their ability to use what they have just spent all of this time learning, because America is against them and the police is killing them. I tell you, we wonder why we're in the state that we're in. That's why. Leadership, instead of encouraging and trying to do and say things to bring the country together, this Democratic president is out there creating dissension and division. It was really hard to look at, but I bear it because I watch everything so that I can get what I can get from the person who's giving it. So when I speak about it or say anything about it, I don't say what some newscaster said or what some commentator said. I say what I heard him say. So again, it was very disheartening to hear the president talk about all of the things that he's done and how his son died. Everything was depressing and just dark. That's our president. But he's a Democrat, and I'm telling you, Democrats are evil people. They're just evil. Plain and simple. So if you're a Democrat, you need to stop and start to think of what you're doing to this country. Here's something else that I have not spoke about openly or a lot about, but the attorney that the country hired, special attorney, millions of dollars to go in and investigate the classified documents that the president had, that he had them when he was a senator and when he was a vice president, all of the times that he wasn't supposed to have them, in places that they were not supposed to be, sharing them with people who was not supposed to share them with. And this special attorney came back and said that our president did all of these things, but he was not suitable for conviction or to go to court or go to prison because he was old and forgetful and just not responsible, basically, for what he had done and what he said, because he doesn't have the mental capacity. That's what it boils down to. Now, you stop and think of that. He can get away with violating the law because he forgets what he does. He doesn't have the mental capacity, I guess, to rationalize what he's doing. But here's the kicker. Here's what stuck in my mind. All of these things that keeps him from being prosecuted, but he's running the most powerful country in the world. Now you put that together. Here's a man who's not responsible for the things he do that is wrong, but he has the ability and the capacity to run the most powerful country in the world. And I thought of that. And I'm thinking to myself, well, okay, tomorrow there's got to be some people going to clean him out of the White House so that somebody can get in there who can remember and who are responsible. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. The next thing I hear is, oh, he's the sharpest guy, he's the most qualified person for the job, and so forth and so on. That's what all of the news people saying who are Democrats. They're not news people, they're Democrat pundits. He's sharp as a tack, they say. And then it brought me to another realization. We probably see him 2% of his life. And in the last year, the man has failed down in public. Not stumbled, failed down in public. I just rode a bicycle up to the camera, stopped, and just fell over. Stumbled up and fell down, stumbled 3 times, fell down, going upstairs to Air Force One. So now he goes in the back door because it's a shorter time. They gave him shoes with bigger soles on them so that he could keep his balance. At the Air Force Academy graduation, if you recall, he stumbled and fell on the stage. Oh, he's tripped over a sandbag. So he's fallen 3 times where we see him, where he was, again, we see him maybe 2% of his life. What is he doing the other 98% of the time? What's happening behind the scenes? So I'm just saying, and Democrats are saying, oh, well, no, he's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Everything is good. That's evil, because that puts this country in prayer. If he's not able to conduct himself in a stable, intelligent, cognizant manner, then he should no longer be able to be president. I remember when President Trump was going down a ramp from that same Air Force, I think, graduation. When he was in president, it was raining, he had leather shoes on, so he was really careful tipping down the thing, and that's all I saw for 3 weeks on the news. Oh, something's wrong with the president. You see how he was walking. His balance is off. He's unstable. They made him take the cognitive test, too. Now that I think about it, he took it and passed it. This guy, nobody's even mentioned the cognizant test. Nothing. But this is evil. This is evil. They will let this country go into hell rather than to get somebody in there who can run it. And I say get somebody in there who can run it because I don't care what anybody say or what you think about it. Trump ran it better than this guy. He just did. Plain and simple. But that's because he had the ability and the knowledge. The man was a businessman, a billionaire before he started. He built things. He made deals. He was a TV star. He had TV programs. He ran the Miss America contest for years. That's another thing that boggles my mind too. All of these women popping up, oh, he raped me. And here's a man who was with the most beautiful women in the world for years and never touched none of them. But these housewives, hookers who come up, oh, he had to have them and raping them and feeling them and touching them. Look, it's just evil. That's all I can say. Our country is on the verge of destruction because the Bible says a house divided cannot stand. We are divided, people. We are divided. And that division is causing irrational decisions. And we are falling into it because some of you, Democrats, are going to run down there and vote for Joe Biden knowing that he can't stand up, let alone run a country. But you'll vote for him because he's a Democrat. And you have been conditioned. Evil will kill itself just to kill you. Think of that. And we are running this country into the ground just because we're Democrats. They're Democrats. Oh, Lord, I don't even want to consider myself ever being a Democrat. I think I have turned against Democrats. And just a disclaimer before I go, my family, I don't know one person in my family who's not a Democrat. My extended family is what I'm talking about, not my immediate family. Because if my boys, and my children, and my wife, and all of them was Democrats, we'd have a problem. So my extended family is Democrats, as far as I know, every one of them. So I'm just saying, when I speak of Democrats, the way I speak of Democrats, I want you to know that they are close to me. Yeah, close to me, Democrats are. But they are buying into the evilness. And birds of a feather flock together. And that's all I can say. That's the best I can say. And I'm not a Republican. That's another thing. Maybe I should make that clear. I vote Republican because that is more in line with my moral compass than Democrats. That's just where it is, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a shout out if you have some comments on what I have to say. But you need to think about that. Think about this. You are going out to elect a guy who is not responsible for what he does, but he can run the country and make decisions and rules for you. Think about that.